The MVP, without doubt, is the biggest award in all of baseball. It's basically a trophy saying that you are the best player in all of baseball for that year. And currently in 2021, the MVP race is tight. In the AL, you got the Show, you got Vladdy, and in the NL, you got El Nino, and you got the Degrominator. The Degrominator? Okay, honestly, who came up with that nickname? I mean, it's not bad, but it sounds like something that Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb would come up with. Like, behold my Degrominator! I'll be striking out all the batters, and I'll rule the tri-state area! Ha 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 ha! Oh my gosh, that was a terrible, terrible impression of him. They are great players, and they do deserve MVP talks. But there are so many players in both the AL and in the NL that are getting zero MVP talks. In reality, they should be getting MVP talks. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here are the top 10 underrated MVPs of 2021. Coming in at number 10, we have Jesse Winker. Before 2021, Winker had always been a good player. Hits for a decent average, gets on base, and makes good catches in the outfield. But here, in 2021, he is having an amazing breakout year. He currently has 19 home runs, 52 RBIs, a 296 batting average, and a 902 OPS. Plus, the guy has not one, but 2 3-homer games this year already. Another thing to add, his clutch numbers are insane. With 2 outs and runners in scoring position, he is batting 296 with a 906 OPS. When his team is down by 4, that's right, 4 runs, he has a 304 batting average and a 924 OPS. When your guy hits in the clutch, he's definitely a stud. So how come no MVP love? Well, the third possible MVP candidate in the NL is Nicholas Castellanos. And guess what? Jesse and him, they're teammates. So people are going to pay a lot more attention to Nick, leaving Jesse high and dry. At number 9, we have Justin Turner. Turner has without doubt been a crazy MLB story. He started out his career with the Orioles, and long story short, it did not work out. Then he went off to the Mets, played a couple of years there, but was mainly a bench bat at best. But once he got to LA, things finally clicked, and they still are clicking in 2021. In his All-Star year, Justin is batting .302 with 17 home runs, 55 RBIs, and has a 909 OPS. However, he has always been snubbed when it comes to the MVP. Because when you play on a team where literally everyone around you is a superstar, it's hard to get noticed. So come on people, let's give Turner some love. Coming in at number 8, Marcus Semien. Semien without doubt has been the best free agent signing during the offseason. So far, he has a 277 batting average, 23 home runs, 58 RBIs, and a 876 OPS. Now, no one really talks about WAR nowadays, but he has a 4.5 WAR, which is the top 10 in all of baseball, and he is first when it comes to second baseman alone. Now, the only reason that he isn't getting much love when it comes to MVP is because, like Jesse Winker, Marcus has a superstar teammate in Vladimir Guerrero Jr. So talk about terrible timing. At number 7, Cedric Mullins. Now, one thing that the first 3 players have in common is that they are all on contending teams. As for Cedric, he, isn't. He is on the Orioles, who are currently in last place. And when you are the best player on a crappy team, no one really pays attention to you because your team stinks. And that is a shame because the dude is having a great season. He is first in hits in the American League and third in all of baseball. I mean, when you have 16 home runs, 35 RBIs, and a 911 OPS, and a 312 batting average, I'm not surprised. So unless Cedric gets traded or the Orioles miraculously become good, he will be an underrated MVP. Rounding third base and heading into our number 6 slot is Bryan Reynolds. Like Cedric Mullins, Bryan is not getting any love because of the team he plays for. He plays for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and guess what? They are crappy. I mean, I'm a Pirates fan. I can speak from experience, and I am telling you the truth. They are not good at all. And look at the love he should be getting. Like, just look at his numbers. He is batting .304 with 17 home runs, 54 RBIs, and has an OPS of .906. So, like Cedric, unless Bryan gets traded or the Pirates miraculously become good, which for me would be very happy, fans of Bryan will be yelling "Arrgh" for a while. In the number 5 spots, we have Matt Olson. Olson has made a name for himself on the bright side of the bay. He has 25 home runs, 63 RBIs, and .291 batting average, and has an OPS of 967. Like, that's almost close to 1,000. That is incredible. Like, that is just unbelievable. And the A's are a good ball club, and he is for sure the star of the team. But when it comes to the A's, good or bad, no one really pays attention to them. For starters, whenever Matt plays a night game, half of America is asleep. Stupid time zones. And whenever the A's make the playoffs, they normally blow it, and they are quickly forgotten. So just bad luck for Matt. Number 4, Willy Adames. Now, Willy did not start off the year in Milwaukee. He was with the Rays to begin the 2021 season, and things were looking scary for Willy. He was batting .197 with 5 home runs, had an OPS of .625, and only drove in 15 RBIs in just 41 games. Plus, the Rays were ready to call up number 1 prospect in all of baseball in Wander Franco, and he plays shortstop. Guess who else plays shortstop? Yep, you guessed it. The writing was clear on the wall. Willy was gonna get traded, and he was sent to Milwaukee to play for the Brewers. So, it was a fresh start and new beginnings for Willy, and boy did Willy take advantage of those new beginnings. In Milwaukee, he completely changed this game around. He has 11 home runs, 37 RBIs, a .307 batting average, and an OPS of .957. Plus, when the Brewers got Willy, they were 21-23 and in 3rd place in the NL Central. But once they put him into the lineup, the Brewers changed the record completely to 35-16 and are right now in 1st place in the NL Central. Like, Willy added a winning atmosphere once he got to Milwaukee, and he definitely deserves MVP talks. Number 3, Trea Turner. Trea is having an amazing year for the Washington Nationals. He has 18 home runs, 47 RBIs, a .321 batting average, and an OPS of .899. On top of that, he plays A+ defense at the shortstop position. Plus, he has a cycle that came on his birthday. Talk about celebrating in style. Now, he's not getting any MVP love for 2 reasons. 1, the Nationals are 50-50. Not 1st place, but not last. But since they are at the moment not in real contention, no one is really gonna pay attention to them. And if they do pay attention to them, they'll just watch the 2nd reason, which is the youngest superstar in baseball right now, in Juan Soto. So, once again, just terrible timing. Number 2, JD Martinez. Martinez is having a great year at the dish. He is batting .305, has 19 home runs, 63 RBIs, and has an OPS of .941. And this is after a terrible 2020 season. Now, here's the problem with JD Martinez. He is a DH, and no one gives the MVP to a guy who just hits and barely goes onto the field. So talk about your position not getting you the MVP. Honestly, that's just bogus with a capital B. Like, come on, MLB, give him the MVP. Or give it to the number 1 underrated MVP, Xander Bogaerts. Xander has been one of the most underrated baseball players of recent years. Going all the way back to 2018, he has always hit for power, contact, and has great defense. But for whatever reason, he gets no love. Nothing, zilch, nada. I mean, in 2021 alone, he has 15 home runs, 51 RBIs, a 316 batting average, and a 920 OPS. Plus, he leads everyone, and I mean everyone in the major leagues with doubles. And yet, he is still not getting MVP talks. It's just crazy. It's mind-blowing. So, that is all the time we have for today, everyone. Did I miss anyone? And who is your underrated MVP? Please put it down in the comments down below, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.